Andy Johnson. We are looking at comprehension, more specifically, how to develop students' ability to predict. Now, when we look at comprehension, we teach the cognitive process to develop the skill. A skill is something they do automatically. We want them to automatically, to not think about predicting what might happen next. That's what mature readers do. We don't want them to think about it. Now we use graphic organizers to teach cognitive processes, and there's an example of one right there, a predictograph. It supports thinking, but the goal is not to do the predictograph. The goal is for these to become obsolete so students do it automatically. So, predicting is different from guessing, and that's an important thing. It's conjecture based on clues. Clues the important thing. What do you think will happen? We use clues to tell us that. Clues is the important thing. Here's the steps. Look at the prediction question. Look for clues. Make a prediction based on clues. Now, we teach this explicitly using direct instruction. We have input, guided practice, we do it together, and then students practice it individually. And we do not expect mastery of any skill with a singular encounter. Mastery occurs over time as they encounter the skill at higher levels and in different contexts. Now, if you're working with younger students, you can do this in large group many times. You can stop, you can have the predictogram there, and together you can write in the clues. When I'm teaching this to older students, I also do this in large group many times, where we have the prediction questions, we fill in the clues, and teachers like students to list the page number so they go back to the text. And again, we use the graphic organizer to teach this cognitive process, but the goal is not to complete the graphic organizer, to engage in the cognitive process automatically. So that should become obsolete, that predictograph. Now, as a pre-reading activity, you present a story preview, a brief overview, and then you present the prediction question. Now, the prediction question should be one that can be answered in the story. So we give students a purpose for reading, and they look for and list the clues while they read. And the prediction questions: what do you think will happen when? What do you think will happen? Who do you think? When do you think? Where do you think? These are all types of prediction questions. The key is they can be answered in the text or in the story. As a during reading, you're reading together or they're reading silently, you ask them to stop at a certain point, or you stop at a certain point, and then you predict the question. What do you think will happen when? And students list the story clues before moving on. And you can do this in large group out loud, or they can do that by themselves or in pairs with a predictograph. Everyone read two, and then you present the prediction question. Now, I like using pairs and small groups because the conversation that takes place enhances thinking and learning. So in small group, they are presented the prediction questions, and they have to go back or think about the clues and the page number before they make their prediction. Now, to document, if you want to document that students can do this cognitive operation, and many of the state standards and the other standards have for reading ask students to demonstrate their ability to predict. Now, you don't need a stinking test or worksheet. You can simply have students fill in the predictograph and use that to document. Now, again, the goal is to create meaning with text. The graphic organizer, predictogram, is a means to an end. It's not an end in of itself. So if you want to demonstrate or document their ability to create meaning with text, you look for valid ways to do this. Maze, story retelling charts, story maps, concept maps, or other ways. Comprehension, prediction.